can see our steering wheel. Again, that four-way switch on the left-hand side controls your stereo, and on the right you have Bluetooth controls and your display function for the multi-information display. This multi-information display, you'll see some variances in our build. Starting with SR5 and up, that's when you get that 3.5-inch MID. We've actually relocated the automatic transmission fluid gauge that we used to have into the display. So you're starting to see just some of that just to clean up the overall look. Also on SR, depending if you get a V6 or the V8, you'll either have an LCD display with our V6 and then a 2.2-inch display on SR V8. Getting into the center stack, you can see that there's some smart storage here, not only just in the top of the center console. There's also some map storage over here on the other side of the passenger. Also cup holders, our aux, USB are all underneath the HVAC system. We also have 2 DC power points under there. Auto HVAC, the dual zone system, is standard on limited and up, so that's where you'll be looking for that. We're also, with Tundra and 4Runner, launching our new next generation Entune. So just to touch on some of the standard equipment, and Ken will give you a little bit more on it in a moment. Standard on SR grade, we have our Entune audio. Entune audio basically adds a 6.1-inch display screen. Stepping up to SR5, you have standard satellite radio. It also includes HD radio. Getting into our premium audio, again, that adds basically satellite radio. You add your app suite, navigation. We have added some new apps this year as well. And then also our JBL. JBL adds JBL amplification, JBL speaker. You get an 8-inch sub as well. So let's get Ken up here, and we'll be around on the drive if you have any questions today when you come back in and get another vehicle. Feel free to look for me. My name's Jeff again. But let's get Ken up here just to give you a little more background on this new audio system. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Ken Parkman. I'm the Multimedia Operations Manager for Toyota, in charge of Entune. And I want to spend a few minutes talking to you about our next generation Entune audio system. You've heard a little bit about it mentioned so far today. So the important part we'll start out with is Entune originally launched with Toyota roughly 2 years ago with the launch of the Camry. And when Entune launched, it was apps and data services. So it was iHeart, Bing, Pandora, data services, stock, sports, weather and traffic information. So that's what it originally was when it launched. But over the last couple of years, we've listened to a lot of consumer feedback. Customers calling our call center, customers contacting dealers, and based on all that feedback from consumers associate Entune with the center stack in their vehicle. People would call our call center and say, "Hey, I have a question about my Entune," and they'll really dig down and ask another question. And realistically, it would be a question about Bluetooth or navigation or voice recognition. It wouldn't necessarily be something specific to apps and data services. So with this next generation system, we're rebranding Entune to be Entune Audio is the center stack of the vehicle. And we're going to have with an available Entune app suite. So we've separated the Entune Audio with the Entune app suite. Taking a look at, before we go through the head units, the Entune app suite when it launched was originally a 3-year trial period. We just recently announced that the Entune app suite is now subscription free to all current and future customers. So in terms of the apps and the data services, there's no subscription that's tied to that. As Jeff mentioned, we're going to be adding a couple new apps with this next generation system. We'll be adding Facebook Places as well as Yelp. So when you take a look at our next generation lineup, it's a simplified lineup with 4 main audio head units. And when you take a look at the base Entune Audio, it consists again of the center stack, which is a minimum of a 6-inch display. It has AM, FM, CD player. It has iPod, USB 2.0, which provides improved powering and charging for your phone versus the current USB port that we have. Bluetooth, phone book, and voice recognition. So those are the base features and functions of our Entune Audio. And when you look at our Entune Audio Plus, you step up, you get all the features in Entune Audio, and you add XM radio, and you add HD radio, which includes weather and traffic, as well as a high resolution screen, and you'll get a chance to take a look at that today. And then when you take a look at Head Unit 3 and 4, that's where you step up into Entune Premium Audio. So Entune Premium Audio is where you will get the navigation and you'll get the Entune app suite. And really the only difference between Head Unit 3 and 4, Head Unit 4, the top line audio has all the features, but it includes JBL, which gives the amplifier and the additional speakers. So it's a much